Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane says his government is making strides to grow the provincial economy to fight high levels of poverty and unemployment. The province is hosting an investment conference in East London to discuss business opportunities with business leaders and policymakers. The aim is to attract more investors to the province. Mabuyane says government has created an enabling environment for business to flourish. SABC News reporter Lubabalo Dada has more.
The Eastern Cape government has brought more than 400 delegates under one roof to discuss business opportunities. The idea is to position this province as an investment destination. With me, I too have the Premier of the province to talk to us about what has unfolded so far with regards to this conference. Premier, thank you very much for your time. We understand that there is a big announcement that people of this province can expect. Talk to us about that.
Well, we are hard at work as a province in promoting the province as the investment destination of choice. We are on our third investment installment to make sure that we also expose the province to potential investors to understand, but also encourage and acknowledge those who have come forward already to commit. Today we are announcing those couple of investors that have come forward, more than 100 billion commitment, with the 22 billion being completely new investors out of what was announced by the President in his last investment conference nationally. So all those investments are happening in our provinces. We've got to welcome them. We've got to accept them, make them adapt in our situation. But beyond us, through the DDM, the model, municipalities must be ready. Every factory, it's happening in a ward. Every ward is in a municipality. So an integrated approach that seeks to acknowledge the functioning, the optimal functioning of the entire ecosystem to make sure that investors find joy in investing in our country, in our province, in our municipalities is important. So we're here today with all mayors, the entire provincial leadership, just to make sure that we have this push. You would understand, historically, our province has been a labor-sending province for centuries. So people would always be leaving this province at a very young, tender age. While they are still actually full of ideas, they come back aging when they can no longer do anything. We're trying to arrest that. We're trying to arrest the brain drain from our province so that all younger people, as you see that we're also investing a lot in the skills development. A lot of young people are going to universities, are getting their degrees. How do you reskill them? Working with sitters to make them neatly dovetail to a program that we are running of economic development in the province. So we're quite happy with this trajectory, this path. The upward swing we are seeing, but also the attitude, the posture of investors, the attitude of SOEs as well, because a lot needs government. Government must create a conducive environment for investors to come. If you work on roads, the road network is an enabler, it's a catalyst to allow the investors to come. So it's a good work. We're quite happy with the achievements we're making. Slowly but surely, we are getting somewhere.
Yes, Premier. The people of this province, we understand that this is one of the provinces with high unemployment rate and high levels of poverty. How is this investment going to turn into results, making sure that we fight poverty and unemployment in the province?
Over the last 3 years, we've been consistently dropping the high unemployment. The Stats SA results have been showing that there's work that is being done in the Eastern Cape in terms of job creation and all that. The investments, when they come, they directly create jobs. The investment translate into factories that you see across the economic spectrum. So when we have them, when we have got government helping investors to invest as quick as possible, allowing the economy to flourish, it helps. We have seen our economy is the third largest in terms of the latest report from from Stats SA 2022 report. That shows that we are above 2%, above the national average of 1.9%. So we are getting somewhere. And I can tell you we've got a huge potential. Turning this province into a construction site, tapping into the other niche areas that we've never actually explored before, your oceans economy, the agriculture in particular, we can be able to make this economy move, diversifying the economy from the auto sector that we have been relying on over decades. It's something important, and auto sector continues to show confidence. As we speak, recently another OEM, Stellantis, committed to come and set up to really show that we are a auto manufacturing hub as Eastern Cape. So we're quite happy with that. We are basically consolidating the auto sector, but at the same time creating more opportunities. We have an opportunity to be a pharmaceutical hub. We are looking at that. We are looking at ICT opportunities, etc., etc. So we believe that we are on a right track. We just need energy, we just need agility, we just need positive attitude from everyone to make sure that we are moving forward as a country.
The issue of poverty? How will
issue of poverty is there. Issue of poverty would obviously be minimized and mitigated when people are waking up and going to job. You know, I'm quite happy in Butterworth yesterday on the expansion of the mall in town there, the Fingo Mall. The Fortune Group and all other shops, cliques were opening up. Jobs are created for our young people who are into that space. So you talk about those. They might be small, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 jobs, but they are meaningful. So poverty runs away when people wake up and do something for income. So it's important that we are able to look at that. But also government is not folding arms. We are confronting the issue of poverty. We've put up some poverty alleviation interventions, as you know, that this province is getting not less than 30 billion a year that benefits our older people and children in terms of social security grants. So government is doing something about that. But how do you make that help economy to grow? It's important. So those are consumption interventions that we're talking about. So we're doing some serious work in ensuring that we integrate, we collaborate, we cooperate, and the entire ecosystems function optimally.
And the political environment is also important, you know, when considering investing in this area.
Definitely, yes. Where there's political stability, there will be policy certainty. If you look at number of areas where we've got challenges, there's a challenge of political stability, and there's a lack of clarity. There's a lack of authority. So it's important to normalize the governing party, African National Congress, to stabilize ANC. If you do that, you put discipline, and everyone start appreciating that it's not about me or him or her. It's about people of this province. It's about ANC. It's about this country. Then we're able to move forward. ANC said we must reconstruct this country, build this country into a united, non-racial, non-sexist, a democratic and prosperous. The chronology of all these key fundamentals are not a mistake. There will never be a prosperity if there is no democratic dispensation, if there is no unitedness of our people beyond the parameters of race as well as gender. So it's important that we work together to make sure that women participate, young people participate, older people participate, and we march together with full steam in changing a socio-economic outlook of our province.
The automotive sector is one of the major contributing industry in the economy of the province. Are you now looking at diversifying the investment, you know, into other areas as well?
Definitely, we are. We are really broadening it. We're broadening horizon of that. As you know, that for more than 50 decades, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, they've been here. You know, Isuzu is working here, FWA is working here, Ford is still assembling engines at Strandale plant. So that is continuous growing. The Stellantis is adding into that. So it's growing. We are not just diversifying there, but it is also transforming. So there's a lot that is coming up there that benefits previously disadvantaged. Now some of the supplier or component suppliers are coming from the previously disadvantaged groupings of our people who have never benefited into that for years. So we're quite happy with the work that is being done, but also are looking forward on the transformation of the sector. As you know that we are moving towards EVs, how we are making policies, laws that must then make that interventions adaptable. So we are working with national to make sure that we are ready for the electronic vehicles so that we are not left behind. Other continents have moved with speed. So I'm always in constant discussion with both ministers, Minister of Finance and Minister of the TIC, to make sure that we are not left behind, we are catching up, we are agile, because industry wants certainty, industry wants leadership, wants decisiveness. We are in a year of decisive action. That's what ANC told us, and we are exactly doing that as Eastern Cape.
Well, thank you very much. That was the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Lubabalo Oscar Mabuyane, giving us a detailed explanation about the importance of having this conference here.